But there's another level of it, or another, not level, another display of that power is when the believer starts to exercise authority and you declare a thing as an ambassador of God, as a son of God, right? Remember, Jesus said it in John chapter 1, verses 12 through 14. He says, they that believe on his name, he's given us power, or also authority, exousia, to what? To become the sons of God. Matthew 18:18 says, truly I tell you, whatever you forbid. You see that? Verily, verily, I say unto you, whatsoever ye, that's you, ye shall bind on earth, shall be bound in heaven. Notice we seen several scriptures here that puts the emphasis on you. Verily, I say unto you, whatsoever you shall bind on earth, shall be bound in heaven, and whatsoever you shall loose on earth, shall be loosed in heaven. This is dealing with kingdom authority. If you come into a place in your natural prayer life where it's like you're like, Lord, I don't not get any breakthrough in this. That's what I say the believer should be praying in other tongues, praying in your heavenly language. And then what I've come to find, like the Lord has did for me and my wife, he's given us like words when we prayed in the spirit. Most time those words was a scripture. He would give us a scripture, and what do? We started praying that scripture. What do you mean praying that scripture? We started declaring that scripture. But when you go into the spirit, I've seen it over and over again, when you begin to pray in the spirit, worship in the spirit, the Lord seems to give us certain scriptures. You write those scriptures down, and that scripture that he gives out of the spirit is what you start decreeing. That's what you start declaring. That's what you start praying. When I say praying, I mean declaring. I mean decreeing. I mean prophesying that over your child. Our son, some years back, was diagnosed with, had a diagnosis of leukemia, right? Well, out of some of the several scriptures the Lord gave us, one of the scriptures the Lord gave me was out of Psalms chapter 16. That talks about the lines have fallen in pleasant places for him, and they have a goodly heritage, right? And that just came one day. I was praying and worshiping, meditating in this, before the Lord, and that came to my heart. But I knew that scripture was for me to use it over my son, and I began praying it. And I still say that same scripture now. The lines have fallen in pleasant places for him.